With this video, what I want to do is show you what you need to do in Khan Academy to navigate the site, and also what you are going to be graded on with Khan Academy. The first thing that I'm going to show you on Khan Academy is the first thing that you will do each day when you get on Khan Academy, and that is check your notifications. Just like with Facebook, Khan Academy has notifications. Your notifications are showed at the top with this little bell. Here it says that we have 20 new notifications. I can click that and I can see exactly what my notifications are. Here it is telling me that I have a recommendation for line graph intuition, and then also for identifying slope of a line. You all might have 1,000 notifications for line graph intuition because the site last night wasn't showing that it went through. So I guess they all went through at different times. So anyway, these are all for line graph intuition, but you also have a recommendation for identifying slope of a line. You'll be able to see everything I recommend to you in this notification tab. Your recommendations are going to be recommendations that are class-wide, and also some that are personal to just the skills that you need to be working on. If you're ahead and I think that you could be challenged, I might recommend something a little bit harder for you. Go ahead right now and pause the video and check your notifications on Khan Academy. I'm assuming that you have paused the video and have checked your notifications and are now back to the video to continue. Remember, you need to watch the entire video in order to receive the full credit for this assignment. If you do not watch the entire video, it will be a failing grade. The next thing that I want to show you is how to navigate this site. As soon as you log in, you will be brought to this page. This page is called your home page. This page is called your profile page. And whenever we're not on our profile page, we can go back to our profile page by clicking our name over here and clicking profile. This will always bring us back to our profile page. If you want, pause the video and take a look at your profile page and click your name up at the top and see that clicking that will bring you back to your profile. Now we are going to see what we can do from our profile page. Our profile page on its own doesn't really have that much for us to do. However, it has down here a lot of useful bars to us. The first bar that I want to show you guys is this tab called Progress. Your progress tells you exactly how you have been progressing in the mission so far. Our mission is Algebra 1, and right now we can see that we have a lot of skills to get to, and we haven't practiced any of them yet. On Khan Academy, this gray color for your skills means that you have not practiced it yet. Light blue for practice means that you've completed 5 in a row correctly on the practice page. A slightly darker blue, level 1, means that you have not only completed those 5 problems in a row, but you have also answered a problem regarding that objective correctly on the Mastery Challenge quiz. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. But this is your Progress tab that you can find on your home page. Pause the video right now and click on your Progress tab to see what you have made progress in. Okay, back to your profile page. So once again, if we're logging into here and we want to check our progress, we just hit Progress. And if we want to go back to our profile page, we can click the Profile tab, or we can go up here and click Profile. Now let's talk about how we can access our missions. To access your missions and all of the practice that you will be doing on Khan Academy, you need to go to the home page. The home page can be accessed here at the top, right next to your notifications, or down here right next to the Profile tab. When you click this, it will prompt you to resume one of your current missions. Right now, you should have no other missions than this Algebra 1 mission. If you don't see the Algebra 1 mission, you need to add it. You add it by clicking the Subjects tab, going to Algebra 1, and clicking that. Once you have done that, you will then see Algebra 1 in your current missions tab. If you have any other missions in here, you need to get rid of them. If you have missions in there that are not Algebra 1, then when you take those mastery quizzes, they will not put as many Algebra 1 questions in there. Thus, it will be less likely that you will be able to level up on the objectives that you need to level up on in order to get an A in the class. So, right now we have 2 missions up. We have the World of Math and Algebra 1. If you have more missions than just Algebra 1, you can get rid of the other mission by clicking the X and then clicking Remove. That removes those other missions and leaves me only with Algebra 1. Right now, pause the video, go to your home page, and look at the missions you're currently working on. If you don't have algebra, add the algebra mission by clicking Subjects and Algebra 1. If you have more missions than just Algebra 1, then get rid of them by clicking the X. Do this now. Okay, the next part of the video, what we're going to do is look at what happens when I'm in my home page and I click Start on my mission. The first thing that it will prompt me to is my mission warm-up, if I haven't completed it already. If you've completed it, this will not pop up anymore, and you can go right to your dashboard. However, if it does pop up, you need to do that. Also down here, you will be able to see what I've recommended to you. The skills that I've recommended to you will be listed at the top. When you have practiced a skill, you will get this light blue square. In order to level up on that square, you need to complete a mastery challenge. Right here we see mission warm-up, but once you've completed your mission warm-up, in this box you will then see mastery challenge. If you answer a question correctly that you have practiced, then you will move up a level. It's not going to let you take a bunch of mastery quizzes on a certain objective all in a row so that you could move up to mastered in one day. Rather, if you practice something one day, you would be able to move up to level 1 that day, but you wouldn't be able to take another mastery quiz to move up to level 2 in that objective until 14 hours later or something. It'll give you a timer if you are out of mastery quizzes. Here, we can also see our skill breakdown. Right now, we're working in this section, graphing and analyzing linear functions. If I drag my finger over these gray squares, you'll see that it says I need practice for all of these objectives. Right now, we're on identifying slope of a line. On Friday, you all must be, in order to get a passing grade on this assignment, you all must have reached that practiced light blue square for this objective. In order to get a 100, you need to have mastered that objective. That might require that you do work outside of class. If you do not have access to an internet or a computer at home, then you need to make an arrangement to stay after school and use the computers here. That is your responsibility. The next page we have, or the next objective that we're working on is line graph intuition. That objective also needs to be practiced by Friday. So you should have a light blue square in here in order to have, in order to pass this assignment. If you go up to level 1 on line graph intuition, your grade will be an 85. If you go up to level 2, you will have a 100. If you master this assignment by Friday, you will receive 5 points extra credit. If you go on and go to graphing linear equations, you will receive extra credit because that is an objective that is very far ahead and that is ahead of the 2 that you were required to work on this week. Go ahead now and go to your home page. Go to your mission. Go to Algebra 1 mission and look and see what you need to do. Check and see how many skills you have practiced and if you have a practice square for identifying slope of a line. Then complete the practice for identifying slip of a line if you haven't, and then move on to the practice for the other objective, which is line graph intuition. Once you are finished with these, you can take a mastery quiz. Online, there's a video to help you with line graph intuition.